is Tuesday, January 29, 2019. I am Ramesh Jairam with the news. Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight's news by telling you that 2 in custody following cocaine and marijuana bust.
A male and a female were this afternoon taken into custody following a drug bust at a house in St. Stephen's Street, Charlestown. A large quantity of marijuana and suspected cocaine said to arrive in the country from Colombia hours ago was discovered in this vehicle first and later in the bottom flat of this two-storied house. Kano officials said they were acting on information that a large quantity of drugs was stored at the location. Kano only entered the house after securing a search warrant. The operation lasted several hours while a male suspect was on the guard. During the search of the house, ranks of the Drug Enforcement Agency found some of the drugs hidden in black gasoline bottles. All this time, the woman was inside the house. She never ventured outside. Deputy Head of Kano Leslie Ramlal said the suspect, who was under surveillance, arrived at the home this morning in this motor car.
The person that we currently have in custody, he arrived this morning in the motor car, PPP 3008. Shortly after, we saw a minibus, Route 42 minibus arrived as well. The suspect went into the house and came out back with a black plastic bag, which he handed over to the driver of the minibus. He then returned to the house and came out with another bag, which he placed in the back seat of the car, and then walked away up the street. This is where the ranks intercepted him then and brought him back to the car, where he opened the car with the keys that he had in his pocket. And the ranks found the black plastic bag, which we suspected to be cannabis. Based upon that, we then decided to conduct a search of the house, and currently we have a large quantity of suspected cannabis and maybe cocaine as well. Among that, what we have there. What we have gathered as well is that this is narcotics that came out of Colombia, which is commonly known as the poppy weed, and this would have probably come within the last 48 hours, would have arrived at this location.
He said the Drug Enforcement Agency continues to rely on the public for information.
It confirms that we continue to rely heavily on the support of members of the public as well as our intel capabilities, and we are thankful that we continue to get this support from from members of the public and from the intel community as well.
After conducting their investigation, Kano removed the drugs, which were placed in bags and transported to its headquarters, where it will be weighed and the estimated street value given. The suspects hid their faces from the cameras as they calmly walked to the Kano vehicle.
Hey, looky there. Let me go techie boots.
Boots? No, man, I ain't gonna get locked up teeth in them big stinky 30-second boots. Plus, it gonna be more cheaper online. And then got my favorite color, pink. Let me go on.
Online shopping. Cheaper, faster, better. Passback.
Caribbean rice, from the lush rice fields of Guyana, straight to your home. Caribbean rice, our people, our rice.
Postmortem report inconclusive for May's student who ingested poisonous substance. Let's take a look at this report.
The postmortem examination conducted on the body of 15-year-old Vanica Schultz was inconclusive. The postmortem examination was conducted on Monday by government pathologist Dr. Niall Singh. Schultz, a 15-year-old student of the Mays private school, told teachers that she had ingested carbon tablets after she collapsed. The police in a statement said the body contents, blood and urine samples were extracted to be tested and analyzed. The teen's death came as a shock to the school and her parents. On the morning of her demise, Schultz gave letters to her close friends at the school indicating that she was sorry. A director of the school, Paul Barnett, said the student gave no indication that she was going through troubling times. The body was handed over to relatives for burial. The police are continuing their investigation into the matter.
A man's beer.
And finally, Regional Chairman criticizes new system implemented at the New Amsterdam Hospital, which is causing inconvenience to patients. In a recent interview with the Regional Chairman David Armagon, he noted some of the issues that the New Amsterdam Hospital is facing, which is affecting patient care. The chairman lashed out at the hospital's administration over its new system, which has seen longer waits at the facility for patients.
A new administrative system too, because there is a new CEO, Mr. Baino, as you know, they didn't renew his contract. And so there's a new CEO who was sent by the ministry to the hospital, and she is really trying to reorganize everything that used to happen in the hospital. But you don't change what is working. I always say that, what is working, leave it to work. And what is not working, you should attempt to change. But she wants to put her stamp on the hospital, and apparently her stamp is not working.
Armagon related to this newscast that even though the old system was as efficient as it should have been, this new way has only made the provision of healthcare services to residents of the region worse.
Then we also have issues with people having to wait 6-7 hours at the outpatient department. She has merged the outpatient with the other department, which people would normally go and see the doctors. The emergency department, she has merged accident and emergency with the outpatient. You don't do that. And the triad system too has now become cumbersome and burdensome because they want a whole set of data written down before the doctor could see the patient. So it now takes, to get the triage for one person now, takes about 30 to 45 minutes. So that can tell you if you have 100 patients there, it's probably the next morning. So I think that we need to get into the health system there and don't allow this nonsense to continue to happen because it is affecting our people.
Following concerns and frustration expressed by patients, Regional Health Officer Javon Stevens said the system was implemented to have a better medical record, keeping system in place. He also added that the accident and emergency department and outpatient will be separated in an effort to attend to patients faster. With that, you've come to the end of tonight's newscast. If you have a news story or a tip, you can contact us on 666-4337 or 618-6533. You can also visit our website, www.rdproductiongy.com, Facebook or Instagram at Royston Drakes Production for more details on these and other stories. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of News in Depth. I am Ramesh Jairam saying good night.